Folks, today I have a problem. I don't have any water to come out of my hose. Originally I built my well house and I ran a little hose out down underground through the back through a little pipe that I put, but it sprung a leak and it's time to really put a permanent solution in. So today I'm going to put in an actual faucet that goes on the outside, but when I hook it up on the inside, I'm actually going to hook it up with a hose on the inside, a braided metal hose. Currently, I have this green hose feeding my other hoses on the outside through a pipe that I put in the concrete that goes out. I also have another hose that goes into that same pipe and shoots out the end. That way I can back flush my filter without having to hook up the hose each time. But you can see it's a green hose. It's going to be a cheapo. That's all I could find in a 10-foot length. And of course, it sprung a leak. So what I want to do now is just right up underneath this piece of insulation here, I want to mount this from the outside, and then I'm going to use a braided hose to connect it into here. So, easy fix, hopefully, for a problem that I'm having. All right, some tools you're going to need for this. Obviously, the faucet that you're going to put in, a little bit of Teflon tape for putting this little end on here on the end. I'm going to take that off right now. That connects it so it'll go to a garden hose. I'm using a braided hose right now. That's a washing machine hose. I'm going to try to get a bigger one later, but that's all I could find right now. A bit to screw in your screws, a drill bit to go through the side, a drill bit for a pilot hole, a drill bit for a pilot hole for your screws, measuring tape, drill, pipe wrench to hold the outside once it's on the outside while I screw that on, and then a crescent wrench to tighten that on with. Now normally I would probably put this on, but this is bigger than the rest of it, and I only have a 1-inch drill bit, which is going to be just big enough for this. So I'm going to put this in first, then put the adapter on. So let's go over, and first thing we're going to do is measure up and see how far we want to go up. So first things first, I need to measure about how high I want this to come in. And in here, I want it to come in at about 28 inches. And I'm going to have it come through the center and the back. So what I'm going to do is come around back here. And you can see I've already measured up and put a little dot at roughly 28 inches. So that's where I'm going to go through. Now, on the inside, there actually happens to be a stud that goes right down the center. So, but I want this centered on here. So if I'm lucky, I can go right through the center of that stud. Probably not. So I may have to scab a piece in. But this is structurally so sound. It's not like it's a structural piece, but it may become an issue for me. So what I'm going to initially do now is drill a pilot hole and try and get that as nice and straight both ways as I can. And then we'll start drilling through. If you've ever drilled the hardy board, it doesn't drill real well. So you just kind of got to take your time. So my hole is just offset to one side, so that hopefully will work out well. All right, so this is going to slide in, but it's a little tight right there. So I'm just going to kind of bore it out a little bit with this. I'm going to give my lovely assistant that. And then kind of work that. And we're going to see if it's going to go in. Beautiful. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go on the inside, put some of the thread tape on to put on the end, and then I'm going to have my assistant hold this with the pipe wrench while I tighten it up inside. All right, so here's a little nipple sticking out right here. We're going to put some Teflon tape on it. So remember, with Teflon tape, you want to be going in the direction that you are going to be screwing it on so it doesn't peel it off when you put it on. And it's hard to film and put it on at the same time here. Oops, sorry. All right, so we got the Teflon tape on there. Now I'm going to put the adapter on by hand. I'm going to have my lovely assistant go hold this from the outside and push it in so that I can kind of screw this on and hold the camera at the same time. My lovely assistant is going to grab that sticking out and push it in. Okay. All right, so I'm going to Get that on hand tight. If you notice some silver in here, and what this is actually leftover HVAC stuff, and it's full of insulation. I didn't want to waste it, so I used it to insulate the well house with. All right, now I'm going to go give my lovely assistant a pipe wrench to hold it from the outside. I'll show you how she's holding it, and then I'm going to come in and tighten it up in here. Okay, so she's going to hold that on the outside like that. I'm not screwing it in or anything yet. So she's holding that. And then I'm going to go on the inside, and I'm going to tighten from the inside. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start tightening this. And I want to get it nice and snug, but I don't want to do it so tight that it breaks something or that type thing. So almost there. I'm going to give another snugging, maybe one more after this. And that's about as snug as we want. So now we've got that in there like that. So now it's time to go out and screw in the outside. So next I am going to pre-drill the holes for me to screw this in with. And just to give me a little bit of something to start off with. Okay. And for screws, I don't have any silver colored screws left. I have some heavier screws left over from the previous project. They've got a green head, which I don't love, but I can always put a Sharpie on it, turn it black, or touch it up with some silver paint on a Q-tip or something if I get real picky about it. But it's off the back of the well house, so I'm not super concerned about it. Alright, so we're good and solid there. Now it's time to hook up the plumbing on the inside, which should be pretty easy because it's basically a garden hose. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is open this up. Hopefully let gravity drain it without causing an avalanche of water. Give it a blow. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do is, you're probably asking yourself, well, why didn't he just plumb it straight if that's one of those faucets? Because this faucet, because it's long, and the shutoff is right here. It's not on the outside, so it's designed to kind of be below freezing, that type of thing. But in the wintertime, I don't run any hoses, so I'm basically going to just shut it off in here anyway and open the faucet. So this is a smaller hose than I wanted. I couldn't find a bigger one. If I find a bigger one, I'm going to swap it out. But basically, it's got a rubber gasket inside it, just like any other hose. It's got two male ends on it. It's washing machine hose, which makes it a little easier. So I'm going to probably come in like this, just so it's up and out of the way. And tighten that up right there. Make sure that's on there good and tight, hand tight. All right. And put that back in there like that. And if you ever want to keep your stuff from freezing, I've actually got a lizard amphibious a heater for amphibians, and I've got a little plug-in that when it gets below 38 degrees it kicks it on, so that's pretty cool. Works out really well. All right, let's jump outside here for a second, and I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. Is it coming up? Alright, so now, go ahead and shut that off. Alright, so now what I did is had my lovely assistant shut it off outside, and I've turned it on inside. And I'm just double checking to make sure that there's no water leaking down from anywhere. And there does not appear to be right now, so that is good. And that's why I wanted the metal braided hose, because I'm going to leave this on all the time. I don't want it popping a leak and spraying all over everything in here. So then basically now what I can do is I can run either one garden hose off this, or I can run one smaller jumper hose outside and run it to multiple ends, and it looks good and it works good. We're back in business, baby. I'm not going to turn it on full blast because I actually have my good shoes on. I don't want to get my shoes all dirty. So remember, doing things yourself allows you to save money, but it also, more importantly, allows you to be free. And I'm going to fall off the cliff and be free. See you in the next project.